Hi, good evening, everybody. Today is Wednesday. Wow, at Wednesday, it's always ladies' night at most of our clubs. But now, due to lockdown, we can't go to a club, to know a lady. So we are going to make it more interesting. We're going to bring a lady to you. So everybody always comment that like the our life with lady show is always guys, 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 guys. Because the audio industry is full of guys, 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 guys. But I beg to differ. Remember a few Sundays ago we have Ting Li together with Justin, right? So yeah. So as per tradition, not sure about the tradition, but Wednesday is always ladies' night. So we're gonna bring a lady for today's show. She's a special lady. She is actually a Korean who is now working in Singapore. She has experience in Hollywood. She has experience in Korea and Singapore in sound design, in mixing, in production, in basically in recording and in basically everything audio. She's quite experienced. All right. So without further ado, let me bring Joyce up. And all right, just give me a moment. Let me bring her up. And of course, let me add someone else. Hello. Hi, guys. Welcome. You guys are live. Hey,
Hey,
hey. All right.
hi,
Okay, welcome
hi.
to today's
Hello.
Triple J show. Why do I call it the Triple J show? Because everybody starts with J today. Jinfu, Joy, Justin, and I managed to con both of them to the show, and today Justin and I will tag team and ask Joyce questions. But before we start, I would like to ask Joyce, like, will you like give an introduction to yourself?
Okay. Hello. My name is Joyce, as you know. I actually live in Singapore now, but I used to live in LA for 5 years,
Wow.
and I'm from Korea. Yeah, and my major is actually classical composition, but I had
Okay.
experience in post-production in Hollywood, and then MediaCorp in Singapore.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys want Justin to introduce himself? I think yes lah. Yeah.
No,
Yes,
No,
I
no,
wanna
no.
know.
yes. Of
I
course, you
wanna
need to
know.
introduce yourself because we have
Okay.
guests who never met you before, like our dear friend
Oh,
Kelvin
okay.
Montablo from Dubai.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, he's the Nikon ambassador from Dubai. Yeah, so by
Nice.
Nikon can ask him. All right. Okay, so Justin, okay, bro. Introduction, please.
uh, I'm Justin, and I do location sound,
Mm-hmm.
production sound
Yeah.
mixer. So I do from movie, documentary, drama, everything. And post site is something that I'm also interested in, but because due to my work, I will mostly doing location. So interesting lah. Since now today is ladies' night, of course I'll turn up, and support Jingfu lah.
Okay. Okay. So you came here for the lady, not for me, right? Yeah.
No lah, for you lah.
Triple J.
Okay. All right. So, of course, today's title, what's audio post? So,
Yeah.
Joyce, could you explain what is audio post? Is it
Audio
the
post.
things that the location or the things that the director and the location sound guy think that you all can do and settle everything? I don't
No,
know.
I'm
So
the
so
best.
what's okay, wait. Before we ask you to answer this question, there's a very interesting question that's been asked by Mr. Christopher Ang. What's your beauty regime, Justin? Not Joyce. Justin. Yeah. So Justin, how
Rubbish lah.
you? Sorry?
He's rubbish lah, this fella. Don't
Yeah,
care
yeah,
about him.
yeah. Okay, okay. So we ignore. Okay, we ignore. Okay. So
Ignore him.
okay. So Christopher, sorry. Yeah. If you are selling shadow, maybe we can tell you. But today we are not. Okay. Today we are learning
Actually,
more about audio post.
Justin, Justin's skin looks very nice.
Yeah, correct, right? His skin.
Yeah, it's better than me.
Okay, okay. So we
Why?
will leave
Okay,
it
it's a
for
Because
secret.
I got
we will
the
leave it for
lighting.
later. It's a lighting, huh? Yeah. So the
Of light.
secret is lighting. Yeah. Okay. So we have okay. So we go back to the main point. So Joyce, what is audio post?
audio post is if you think about like a movie, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
all the like a post work related to sound and music. So whatever you're hearing from the movie, right, it's going through the audio post, like including
Okay.
editing, mixing, mastering, all those stuff.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
basically, they do a lot of things correct. So, uh, like, is there any steps to audio post? Like,
Mm,
like what happens?
yes,
Yeah.
I think every poster house has a different steps, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying the whatever my experience. So once I got the get the audio files from the location engineers, right, or whoever producers or whoever in charge of it, then I normally start arranging first,
Mm-hmm.
and then I start with the editing, which means sometimes you need these files, or sometimes you don't need, and like organizing, like remove it and those things. And then once you get all the sound, then the sound designer gonna feed up the sound. Like let's say open the door. It's harder to record open the door, like no sound, right? Then we need to feed up those kind of sound or footsteps or those things, which is called the foley. So after that, the engineers, which is mixing engineer, gonna balance out all the volumes, because all the sound has different volumes, right? So it has to be like a balance out, like even music and sound effect or the dialogue, background, everything. Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
then so it's kind of like a last step before
Okay.
we attach it to the video. So video also have a post team, right?
Yep.
So yeah, we always work. We have to work together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's right before we release the product. Yeah.
Mm. Okay. Okay. So
Mhm.
Justin, does it coincide with what is your understanding of audio posts? Or but
Yeah,
Justin,
yeah,
what's your
definitely.
understanding of audio posts?
Same thing. I mean, in terms of uh, the art of sound mixing in audio post, it's quite delicate. I would say it's not like anything goes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're,
Mm-hmm.
whatever that we record or I record, we sound location sound guys record, is being presented to the audio engineer at the back, which with that material they'll work on it. You know, they add in stuff, and they will have a sort of like the artisan and giving all the final touches to a finished product. So yeah lah. So that stage is, I feel, is very important in the whole sound process. So even if touch wood or what, even if I record something very bad or whatever, the audio posts have some ways to salvage some of the
Okay.
stuff, and
Okay.
make it as well. If I make
All
it
right.
into very good, then they also can make it into even more creative, and add in more effects, and you know. So it's like you give them ingredients, they'll cook it,
Okay.
in a sense, into a
All right.
final product. So this one also depends on, it's to me lah. I feel it's a bit of an artistic kind of a
Mm-hmm.
position, the whole post side.
Okay. All right. So we have an interesting question from Christopher. Now it's not about how good your skin is, but it's actually how do you maintain your hair? Okay, no, joking, joking. Christopher, you don't hit me. Okay, so Christopher was asking, how much time you need to do audio posts if the location sound engineer sends you a stereo track versus an ISO track in terms of percentage. As in, if he sends you a mixed down stereo versus ISO track, which one would be more easy for you?
To
Or
track left right stereo give you, and ISO
okay,
isolate track,
mm,
right?
yep,
I
So
think the bounce wise doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the show length or how difficult it is, and it really depends.
okay. But just to check,
George,
right?
do you prefer isolate tracks or
Really
mixed
mixed
I
tracks?
down.
prefer
Yeah.
ISO track. Yeah, I
ISO,
prefer ISO.
right? Because you got more control, right, over
Yes.
the editing process. Yeah, I
Mm.
Okay.
mean, this is definitely a good thing,
Okay.
because if stereo left right,
It's very
I
hard.
think it's very limited thing that the Joyce can do, lah. Really.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. But if let's say like like if the production gave you mixed stereo, and then how much time do you need to clean up everything, or to adjust everything for that, as compared to if they give, actually it doesn't matter. I think to most, sorry for that, but I think most engineers will always prefer isolated tracks because there's a lot more flexibility. And then if let's say there's something wrong with the stereo, they can actually do a lot more. So I'm not too sure. I think you, all of you guys will agree with me that isolated ISO tracks will be best, right?
Mm.
Okay.
More control lah.
More
You have
control,
more
Yeah.
yeah,
control
and
over.
more creativity also. Then you can
Yeah.
pan the voice is
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In a way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then our friends from Toby will be very happy. Okay, so Alesta Leong is asking this question. So hi Joyce, I was wondering, since you do film scoring, which DAW do you prefer to score in? Have you scored for yourself as an audio mixer before?
Uh, First question, I using Logic, but I think I heard this from the George Leong also. I think he do the same way. I prefer producing and composing in Logic, but I still like editing and mixing in Pro Tools. So I use both.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
I think it's because Pro Tools is more delicate for me,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
it's more accurate for me. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's easier to edit
Okay. I never
compared
touch
to.
Pro Tools because I got no money. It's expensive.
A free version.
Yeah, and
Oi.
then have you scored for yours as an audio mixer before? Yes, I did. It was for the like a school project.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
but maybe I think one question that you'll be good for us to understand, what's the difference between Hollywood and Singapore in terms of like, no, I'm just all, I think everybody would like to understand this. Like for example, like in terms of processes, in terms of departmentalization or anything like how what's the difference between Hollywood and Singapore in terms of audio posts and yeah, especially in terms of audio posts.
I cannot really compare to entire Singapore because honestly, I never really worked outside of a MediaCorp. I only work in MediaCorp before, so I don't know what's the standard in Singapore. But I can tell you about what's the process in Hollywood.
Okay, I think
Then
that's good.
yeah,
That's fair. Yeah.
yes, yeah.
All right. So
So
how's the
the
process like
Hollywood,
in Hollywood?
yeah, I was like hired by this company called Inens Media. So I kind of like a freelancer editor. So they normally have like 2, 3 main supervisors inside, and then all the editors are freelancer. So once they like get the project right, they call all these editors and then form the crews. So it's like say the crews are like a dialogue editor,
Mm-hmm.
like a sound designer and Foley. And then background, sometimes if it's a big project, right, background editor also separate. So so all these, let's say the minimum 4, 5 crews start working at the same time. So I get the like if I'm a dialogue editor, I'm getting all dialogue source. And then the someone who do the sound design, they all get all the production effects and those things. And
Mm.
then after editors done the editing part, right, then we deliver to the re-recording re-recording mixing engineer. So he collect all the elements, and then he's the one who like balance out before the real mixing engineer. So after he balanced out and then like rough balancing, and then the after mixing and the after re-recording mixing engineer, and then the mixing engineer gonna be like finalize all the elements like including music. Like some part music supposed to be loud, some part sound effects should be louder. So all those things were. So they're finalizing, and then after that mastering engineer gonna do the mastering. But sometimes, right, if it's a small project, like let's say the web series, those things you don't need like a big crew, or you don't have a big budget, right? Then sometimes like one of the editor to the engineering,
Oh.
like
Okay.
because most editor know about sound well, especially Hollywood actually they like a crossover their works. Like all
Mm.
the mostly has a mixing engineer background or the editors. So the sometimes the someone who did the editor, right, they do like a mixing engineer, mastering engineer all the way. Because if it's budget low, then no choice. The crew must be like minimalized.
Okay. Okay. We have an interesting question from Alistair again. Has the workflow changed, differ much since working in Singapore than other countries? Do you have to adapt to workflow here, or other people have to adapt to you?
Yes, because each post house has different, say even like naming or the tracks or template or their works were it's all different. So when I joined the Media Corp, the biggest difference was the DAW. They're using the Fairlight, not Pro Tools, which I never really learned. So once I joined, I started learning the Fairlight for 1 2 months first. So which is totally different, like even shortcut and like entire process is totally new to me. So then I followed that one. I worked in almost 1 year, and then let's say if like now if someone asks me to do the like let's say from the Hollywood way, then I'm just following the whatever I know, because actually the for me right US side is standard for me because I learn from US. Yeah, so but if I need to adjust, I like learning. Yeah, I like learning new stuffs, and I like learning adjusting the environment.
Okay.
I
Then,
think the main thing is a lot of different companies, they have different kind of
Yeah.
ways they like
yeah,
to do things.
yeah.
Sometimes we as a operator, sometimes we have to adjust ourselves lah.
Yeah.
I guess, right?
Then Justin, just out of curiosity, right? Like after you hear Joyce describe, her process. So too used to talking to guys already, so always use he and yeah. Okay, so after listening to her process flow, right? Is there a big difference as compared to Singapore? I mean, you work with a lot of production houses, right?
I think the main thing is manpower.
Okay.
Yeah, like what Joyce was saying, I think we quite a lot of times I think in our production house is only 1 or 2 person handling the whole line.
Okay.
While all the bigger ones, which they have mixing engineer, they have editor, sound edit, dialogue editor, then you have effects editor,
Yep.
Foley, and all different department. For us, I think because our pay quite or our country very expensive, so in a way our manpower strung in a way that one person had to do like 2 or 3% job.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the main difference. Because no matter what the final product, you definitely have to go through all this department or these few
Okay.
phases to come up with this finished product. So it is I think in Hollywood is they have separate themselves in such a way that each department has different people. So one is in charge of dialogue edit, means one that only do dialogue edit. The other guy who's in charge in this will do only that. In a way, all can work together. In the same timeline. In a way, for us, will be you have to one person have to do dialogue edit, then followed by this, followed by that. You have sequential. That's a slight difference, but all this, I think all this.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, Media Corp to one person doing everything. Yeah,
One
one person
person,
doing one episode.
Media Corp,
because too many projects, and then the
the
manpower
factory
is
staff, they're like factory staff, so really can't really say much about that. So
Yeah. Oh well, I mean, different companies work in different ways. So there's of course different work process. But the reason why we have guests from different countries, or who work at different places before, is so that we can share more things. In fact, I think I forgot whether it's this week or next week. I think next week we have Justin back again. To this, you're back again. Yeah, you're like my MVP for the month.
Is it?
Okay.
No.
Huh?
What is it?
No. It's the one with the Indonesian sound location sound mixer. So we will actually compare Indonesia and Singapore also. So we will learn from all the different cultures and everything. So which is something interesting, ma. Because now cannot fly.
Yeah.
So we have to Skype to bring everybody closer. Correct. So so Alistair was asking this question. Since working in US and South Korea, why do you decide to work in Singapore? Because Singapore got prata and Milo dinosaur. Correct, right. Yeah.
No, I like
Because,
tutu kueh.
you like the what?
Tutu kueh.
Oh, you see, it's always the dessert that can capture all the girls. Okay, so for the Singaporean guys, please go and make tutu kueh. You can go and cheat all the Korean girls. Okay? Wait. But seriously, well, if we go and sell tutu kueh in Korea, I mean this is out of the context of this show, but if we go and make tutu kueh and sell in Korea, do you think it'll be popular?
I think okay because we have a similar dessert.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Um.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So
Okay, I need to answer the question, right?
yeah, you need to answer it seriously. Yeah. If I tell Alistair that because of tutu kueh you come to Singapore, he's gonna take his bumpo and hit me on the head and say I'm bluffing him. Yeah.
There are several reasons. Actually, I'm more focusing on music currently. So
Okay.
once you already have a connection in like US, right, you don't need to be there physically. Of course, the experience there is much higher. Let's say I was like Grammy U member, so I attended like Grammys. Like you cannot really imagine those things, but so it's a very good experience. But then I
Mhm.
I still wanted to, because the reason I went to the US is I wanted to bring the US things to into the Asian market actually. So that's one reason. So I wanted to come back to the Asia, but the why I didn't go back to Korea is like Korea like hiring someone who is overseas. Yeah, we have those kind of like culture, like we like admire foreigners. Yeah, I mean I
Okay.
grew up in that culture
Oh,
also a lot.
oh, okay.
Yes, I mean we admire someone who study in overseas.
Okay.
So and then it's very hard to enter the industry when I ask the someone who work in Korea currently. So I decided to not go back to Korea like right now because I still can work outside also. And that's
Mm-hmm.
another reason was I was looking for the country who speak English since I don't speak Chinese. I only speak Korean English. So I was thinking the Singapore is the best. And then actually when I researched about Singapore, right, all the Korea industry was looking at Singapore. That means Korea already saw the potential because Korea move very fast. Yeah. So that they normally now currently they are looking at Vietnam, like Myanmar, Singapore, like all this area. So I was thinking, okay, then it's better for me to go there and then just learn their culture. I don't have any relatives and anyone familiar in Singapore, but I just wanted to experience that. That's why I joined the media corp as well because I was
Oh.
thinking the media corp is the best way to learn the things like
Okay.
faster.
Hmm.
Okay.
Mm. Okay,
That's
never
very
mind.
interesting. Yeah. I mean, it's very interesting because I think you're one of the rare few females that I know that has the kind of the spirit of trying an adventure. Correct. Yeah, because I think a lot of people would actually do that. And then Alistair was having the smiling emoticon with the sweat drop. Maybe because we told him that tutu kueh can cheat Korean girls. I think, bro, don't try. If you try and then it fails, don't blame us, okay? Not everybody like her can cheat using tutu kueh. Okay, then Lawrence has some funny comments that I wouldn't say, but never mind. But he's saying that every country always prefer to hire foreigners.
Actually,
Hmm.
Singapore no. Singapore like
Come
Singaporeans.
here.
Ho
Come
ho.
here. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah. Okay, let
Yeah.
me
A
know.
Yeah.
lot. It's not only in media. Also, a lot. I think a lot of country different. Also, they kind of prefer like. I think inside all of them, they feel like they want to hire a person from different country to give a different approach to certain
Yeah.
things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And stuff like. They always have
definitely.
this idea also. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do have lah. We do have this little.
Yeah.
I won't say culture, but we tend to have this kind of thing going on where they hire foreigners more. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but
Right.
not.
So
I have to say lah, not all foreigners are like tip top lah. But I work with quite a few can either crew or producer or in the industry. Uh, some cannot make it. Some don't know what they're doing. But some
Yeah.
tip top, good
yeah.
condition, good experience, and know what they're doing. Also, it really depends lah. But yeah lah, we do have a foreigner hiring policy. Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, to be honest, it really depends on who they hire. I mean, you can hire the best, but I mean the resume looks damn good, but in the end it's not that good anyway. So I guess it really depends. But I I think it's very common in Asia for them to prefer to hire people who came from overseas or people who work in Hollywood or people who are from Hollywood, that kind of thing. And then yeah, some got fake degree. That one I don't know. I haven't encountered anyone yet. Yeah. But maybe some of them have fake resumes. I don't know. But at least we have a we cannot say so much about foreigner because we got foreigner here lah. Guys, you all better watch it. No, but one thing important, right, is that Joyce, at least Joyce is someone who has been there and done that, and she has the experience and she has the work ethics. That's why she's hired to do so many things because she can do it. Yeah. So to the people who hire her, they feel, hey, I'm comfortable with getting her. Yeah, because she's good. Then so Bryce was saying one thing, Singapore clients, a lot of them are family business. So the older generation, when they see a foreigner, it's top notch. So if so Joyce, maybe next time, right, when you have a presentation, you just go there and speak very bad Korean English, and then they will think that you are best. And then, this is from Korea. Okay, no, additional pay, 50% increase. I don't know. We can try that next time. Yeah,
just say in Korean. Just say in Korean. Okay.
yeah.
Then get a
Yeah.
translator and people, different.
And then you call the boss oppa. Wow, immediately.
No
Okay.
lah, cannot.
I don't know because I never been to the kind of situation before. So yeah. Yeah, so we have a lot of people watching. We have Hubert in the house. We have a lot of interesting people like all our friends who thank you guys for coming in and watching. All right.
Thank
Okay.
you guys.
Okay. So we have Malcolm from SSL here also, which he will come on someday. Yeah. Yeah. So if you guys want discount, please go and ask him. Okay. He
Yes.
has this new interesting thing. Yeah. Okay. So I think one thing that I always want to hear. I mean we heard previously, with Ting Li also. Actually very interesting. Like all my female guests all got Justin. I don't know why. Okay, but yeah, he's charming with girls lah. Okay, so what do audio posts?
My wife now.
Okay, okay. So what do audio posts don't like when they receive things from location sound? Like what are the few things that you guys don't really like? I mean this is a good opportunity for us to understand, so that we can understand from the audio post perspective, what do you guys don't really like, and then so that when our friends here who are not from location can actually find out and then okay, well I can improve that. Yeah.
Like I think there are few cases. One is like noise louder than dialogue. Yeah,
Oh.
that's the big thing. Another one is like the audio file ISO it's not syncing. Then we need to go through entire thing to the sync anyway. Like even dialogue is not like entire thing shift. Like mistake maybe mistake. Like entire thing shift. Something like that.
Should be the editor part.
Yeah.
The editor
So
they
all
don't know
those
how they
things.
shifted somewhere. Yeah.
I think if recording can be the best, like it's the really best. Like because it's the first step of the sound, like a
Yes.
step. Yeah, so the recording should. If you think about the recording vocals, it's better to get the best recording. And even though we can still like edit behind, like we can still like tune or whatever, right? It's better to have the like a best take at the first step. Then it's easier to work. Yeah. But if like recording is already very bad, like dialogue very soft, then right, and like dialogue very soft, and suddenly AC very loud is a certain part. Then right, we have to do that, but that's the hardest part, I think.
Okay. Talking about this, right? Joyce, what do you recommend? Like how many dB should the dialogue be louder than environment so that it's easier for you to work with?
Oh, that's a very hard question.
Okay. Because
Yeah,
like yesterday, Melvin from Soundsmith, he was a broadcast engineer lah. So what he actually say, right, is that for if let's say you have BGM and then you have a voice, it has to be at least 3 dB below the voice. Best will be 6 dB. So that the tangibility will be better.
Depends on
the noise frequency. Yeah, let's say the noise frequency is very high. Like normally AC is a high frequency, which is even though it's very loud, right, I can totally just remove. But if it's,
Okay.
let's say, the frequency is around like 500 1K, which is the human vocal frequency, then I can, I mean, but the vocal already get affected by the denoising. Yeah.
Okay.
You
Okay.
become very thin and weird
Yes.
sounding. Weird sounding. Yeah. We
Okay.
can, I think she can definitely clear like low rumbles or
Yes.
high pitch stuff. I think the mid range, which is the most important, I would say, that one, if you lose some of them, your voice will sound very weird. Yeah.
Oh, I do normally best lah.
Okay. Then like just now you're saying, when the environment is very noisy, and then the recording wasn't that good. So Justin, in cases where you have maybe your record, like let's say we give a scenario lah, we are recording at Chinatown, and then Chinatown before COVID, Chinatown during Chinese New Year, maybe 5 years ago, where it's happening to go to Chinatown during Chinese New Year, but you need to do a dialogue. But of course, if I mean, it's definitely gonna pick up a lot of environment and everything, right? And then Joyce will wow,
Definitely.
that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So what will you do? What
So-
will you do? Yeah.
I mean, this is what I would do. This one I would advise what the production should do, right? Meaning we might need to find a certain part of the whole street or whatever where there's a not so congested one. Then we might have to crowd control. Okay, and those few stores around there, their music, which is blasting, they have to somehow
all the
lower as much as possible.
stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that have to. You can't do a dialogue scene like that. So we just have to get there to lower as much as possible. If off can, better still. Not lower as much as possible. Then crowd control a little bit. And then just do it. Of course, if you have, okay, then you can rent the whole street, close down, and your own people, all
like
within
Hollywood.
your control.
Yeah, like Hollywood, right?
Of course, that one, of course, you get the best tracks,
Yeah.
But I mean, in Singapore, not much production will go in for the whole street and it goes down just for one scene. Yeah, but that's what we do. We try to maintain as quiet as possible, crowd control a bit so that people will walk there, and surrounding shops just off or lower the volume and stuff like that. Yeah. But of course, instances you cannot control people's talking. Sometimes they shout or what, and you have to cut and retake lah. Either retake that 2-3 lines or you do the whole scene again or something like that, depending on the scene itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We have some interesting questions. So Alistair was asking Justin, how often does sound take priority in terms of location, like busy and noisy location? Do you have a say if you like you go there and then on the shoot then oh no, it's too noisy, we can't shoot? Can you tell the director?
Depends on production actually.
Yeah.
For movie, yes, I believe I do have a. If I go for tech recce, I will have a say that this cannot make it. You have to shift somewhere a bit more quiet or tell the producer this part.
Okay.
Rent this store or or our own people or something like that. So things have to be negotiated in a way.
Okay.
But then there are some projects which on the day itself, we're going to Chinatown. Then I will know.
Okay.
Then when we go there, it's like, I think we need to come this side a bit, or something like that. But this one, and the DOP, we have to talk a bit. Director, we have to say, I mean, come to a conclusion where is good lah. Of course, I can't compromise visual so much also, but they of course also have to compromise a bit on the sound. So they just have to strike a balance. Yeah.
Okay.
Communication. Communication.
All right.
But in terms of really, do they change? Then sometimes yes, they do change.
Okay.
And sometimes, for example, let's say they hired a busy restaurant. I don't know, somehow, some other.
All the 茶餐厅that kind.
Usually or restaurant or what, their busiest hour will be like 11 to 2, for example. So only then they will let you shoot after 2:30 onwards, right? But there are certain shops which still got people leave out. They will just stay around and the restaurant will still open for them and they'll be talking or whatever. So, and then you have time limit. That means by 5:30 you have to leave because 6 o'clock they gotta start business again. So they have this little time frame for you to shoot. And you have 2 or 3 scenes. Everyone is rushing, shooting there. So sometimes you want to stop also, I just have to tell the director, okay, I know you're rushing for time, you got 3 scenes to finish here within 3 hours, then we just go ahead, unless there's a real major, like someone drop a glass, break a glass or whatever, normal talking of background noises of some kitchen,
Okay.
all this kind of thing. I think we have to live with it in
Okay.
a way. I sometimes will help it this way,
Okay.
But if a more bigger project, usually they don't have this kind of problem. Let's put it that
Okay.
way. Yeah.
So basically is up to the the location sound will take the initial call to see
So
whether
voice out the
can
problem.
cannot, if let's say got problem
Yes.
come, and then they also decide whether Joyce can fix it in post or whether Ting Li can fix it in post. Ting Li just came in, ha ha. Okay, then then I will have some
They can
comments.
help to an extent only when
Yeah,
they talk about those kind of noise. But
correct.
like rumbling of a
Aircon,
refrigerator,
all these, yeah,
those things they can handle. But you talk about kitchen clinking, clang clang, all those wow,
yeah, very hard.
those
Very
Okay,
hard.
very difficult. Yeah, those very
okay,
difficult. Low hum, like there's a refrigerator at the side, like that. Just take a few minutes can clear already. You
okay,
know.
okay. We
Uh,
have some interesting comments. So Hubert say use data mic all set. No, not really. I mean microphones are still microphones. They still work on physics. So if I mean it still depends on a lot of things. You can't really say
that's why
use one brand and all can be settled. Yeah.
yeah, that's why a lot of times I will tell them uh, it's a location problem. It's not really a sound
Yeah.
problem.
Correct.
When you have
Correct.
location, you find this
Yep.
so noisy, and
Yeah.
then you're shooting a, a love scene here. You're
Yeah.
whispering,
Yep.
you go and find a restaurant that's full. I mean, something is wrong somewhere. I mean,
Yeah. I
this kind of
know.
thing, yeah, is a collective effort
Okay.
of every department.
Actually, talking about
So
this,
that's
sorry. I want to ask you one question. Sorry, I interrupt you. Okay, but let's say like we are in a club. Let's say we are in Zoom. We are shooting one scene, people dancing, and then there is but then the cast is like whispering to each other. Do you actually play the music or the music is actually add in at post?
Music very soft too,
also,
right?
no, no,
Sorry.
no, okay, depends. Okay, let's say you say
Okay.
there was sequence of dancing, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Have,
yeah.
have them feel the dancer. You have the music up, right?
Mhm.
Uh, when it's about the time for them to speak or whatever, either there's a change of shot, no shot, or then we have to cue the music down, but people still moving, you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
And usually like that, you won't be whispering in the club it's
Yeah.
not realistic. So with the
Correct.
music blasting, usually you'll be like, "Hey, you like the music?" or something you have to say
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
that tone
Correct.
to be believable.
Okay.
So with that
Okay.
in mind, then usually quite a lot of things you can be covered because they are raising up their voices in a way to suit the scene, right?
Okay.
Definitely music has to be off cannot be music on or nobody speaking. No way
Okay.
lah.
Okay. Okay. Then
But for the feel, yeah, you have to on it and start.
okay.
One is then you have to cue
To get
someone
the
to
mood lah. Okay.
yeah, the
Okay.
dancing, the speed also. Everyone one dance slow, one dance fast, a bit weird.
Okay. Okay. Then Bryce was saying documentary LL, and then Bryce actually shot before in a laundry washing site. You got the machines, got birds, and then the machine frequency is very close to the human voice. Wow, I think he had a tough time.
Yeah.
What will you do, Joyce, if you have this kind of scene? Will you just immediately okay guys, let's ADR the thing, or you will spend time scrubbing it and cleaning it and making sure that it will work?
For me, I think everyone has different role. For me, I try my best because ADR is for me the last step. I go for it. Unless
Okay.
if director want, then director just follow lah. But if it's my project,
Mm-hmm.
because for actors actresses, right, it's very hard to act in the just put, yeah, like
Yeah.
emotionally. It's not that easy. So I let us spend time to clean up as much as I can, but if it's really no choice, like let's say the noise very loud, then
Mm-hmm.
no choice. I'll be able to re-record.
Okay. Okay. Then Bryce was saying, if it's a documentary, then you got no choice. Like okay, just out of curiosity, who has shot documentary experience over here? I
Me,
haven't though. Okay, Justin. Joyce, have you done documentaries before?
Yes.
Okay, of course, you guys are experts. I'm just the one that's here to bring you guys to cheat
the
you
main thing
guys
about
here. Yeah.
documentary is you really want them to things to happen on its own.
Okay.
You try not to interfere too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In a way. So sound wise also, you have to
Every,
have to yeah, you have to. I mean, we can't be.
we
Let's say
don't
there's
clean too much.
a bit raw for them to go, but in a way, yeah, like documentary, we try not to stop too much. You should let it flow on its own, and I think it works best for documentary.
And more narration. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then
Hello, Tim Lee. Hello, Tim Lee.
Yup. You finally see her comment. 哇，这个男的没有良心。我讲了那么久，他才留意到，真是的。Okay. And then Alesta was actually saying okay, before I read out Alistair's comment, so bro Patrick, as you say, in docu mostly it's natural unless it's an interview.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Project I did in LA was the documentary, which is Stage 13 produced by Warner Brothers. That was like a 10-minute to 15-minute documentary, and I was involved like as a dialogue editor. But I didn't really clean up a lot. I tried to keep it like just raw, but I still take it out all the clicks or like all the like pop sound and or like plosive and those things. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Then Alistair was actually asking Justin, after filming a noisy scene and you know for sure that the dialogue can't be used and fixed in post, do you flag it out for the ADR should be expected? Like do you going? I don't know. So what do you usually do?
The first place before we shoot, I will flag it. Yeah, before they start shooting, I will flag out this location cannot, because I feel you need to set it first. If like no choice, everything surrounding need permission, only that slot need permission, and no choice, then we have to go in and try my best to my ability, whether I can do it there and then or not. But that should be the first thing. I should flag it in the first place, not after everything. Then and say, hey, this place cannot. You might need to ADR. Then it's a big no-no, lah.
Okay.
Example would be I did a drama scene. I think it was in Bukit Batok or Marsiling, I can't remember. Right? It's in the HDB neighborhood. Right? One of the store. It's a cafe. But not surprisingly, but that neighborhood is quite happening. So beside is a day pub, and the side is a joint drinking place of a few drinking place into one big. So music are blasting and everything.
Oh my god.
And then so when I close the door or everything, the glass door is there are a lot of loopholes and stuff. It's not totally sealed tight. Definitely music all will sit in. So when that happens, already before you put camera and everything, I have to flag first. This location is pretty bad. Music blasting. You have to tell AD, is it possible to go there, get them to shut down, or I would say off, at least lower down the music as much as possible. And that's actually the first thing. And if cannot, if I'm not wrong, that's the big coffee shop one. They don't want, because they are doing business. They are selling, beer lady or everything all down there. Selling beers. Everyone's happy drinking beer. You ask them
that's
off,
why.
how can?
Yeah, they won't.
So the customer also will complain, so I think they lower one notch for me, lah. Okay lah, fine. That will work with it, lor. So instead of the table where the actors sit in, don't be near there, so we have to go pull at the back of the shop. When we put at the back of the shop, the camera will come around the other way. And if you want, this is again communication, because the shop front is definitely nicer than the back, right? So in a way, we come to the conclusion, okay, that the white shop we can still face on this side, facing the main door, because it's nicer that way. But once you come to too short, you come to this side or close everything, you pick it up from the top again. So at least you have a sort of a better, cleaner dialogue. And of course, the position we shift it in a bit. We shift it in such a way, and try to make the best of it. That's the thing. It's communication. We can't keep quiet. after everything finished, I said, this scene, I think you need to idea. Wow, the director will flip, man. So
Okay.
cannot, you have to flag it out in the first place. Yeah.
Okay. So, Joyce, we have a question from Ting Li. Okay, so Ting Li asked you this question. How does Justin keep his face? Okay, no mind. Okay, so she asked, this question. Okay, how does you? How would you deal with creative difference between the director and yourself? If let's say you're, uh, I mean, when you're doing sound design or scoring or whatever not, how will you deal with it? If let's say the director, if let's say I'm the director, Joyce, I don't feel that this is right. I think the sound is wrong. What will you do? Will you like slap me and then say that gee, you are not a sound designer. Let me do my job, that kind of thing. I mean, what will you do? Like if let's say there's creative difference between the director and you.
I think the main thing is if somehow the director like a piece of music, all right, for this scene, but you feel that music like doesn't really work in your opinion. So how do you deal with it? Do you tell? Or...
Okay, my opinion. I think everyone deal with it differently. But my opinion, I normally respect the directors or whoever the leading this project. So because they are the ones, so I try to follow their suggestion first. But just now, like Justin said, right, and it doesn't make sense for me at all. Let's say the scene is very sad, but they wanna put some like a funky music there. For me, it doesn't make sense, right? But director really want that way. Then, right, I normally bring the certain pieces that I want, like the different types of songs, right, and I suggest. So I give my opinion with my suggestion together, and then so try to convince them. But some like most directors actually okay because I'm like professional in music, right? So most directors actually respect me if I talk about those music scene and stuff. And then like sound design wise, if let's say we still cannot make a decision between director and me, right? Then we bring the crews and then we watch together and find out what's the better options. But I normally just try to follow the director's thing. Yeah.
Subtly hint. Like,
I think could be better.
Yes,
maybe you want to take a listen to this. A lot of ways.
For me, if I have something to say, I normally say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wear your nicest dress and makeup, and then you say, and then director, okay, Joyce, I'll do it. Okay. Stop blinking your eyes. It's okay. I'll do it. No, but yeah, but that's quite interesting. So Bryce, so what he do, right, is that because Bryce now is a director, yeah. So now I know a director, a sound designer, and a location sound guy. Yeah. Okay. So what he do, right, is that usually he give the audio post um a sample or example of what he wants, but then right, he actually quite like it if let's say they come back with better ones. So okay, so I think working with him would be very interesting. Yeah.
I mean even MediaCorp also sometimes they put the reference music, so it's easier for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we have interesting people now. We have boss John Fu. He's in the house. We have Sing Pei, which is okay, boss John Fu is the SSS triple S tier level godly level boss man in our industry. Yeah. Then Xin Pei is young, but he is a YouTuber with 200k fans. So Xin Pei, if you need a sound designer or producer, you can look for Joyce. If you need a location sound guy, look for Justin. Okay? Yeah, if you need music, look for Joyce also. Alright. If you need mics, look for me lah. Normal. Yeah. Okay. So wow, Joyce, you have a fanboy from Taiwan now.
Wow, thank you so much.
Yeah, OK。新培啊，你要帮他分享他的音乐，帮忙他一下，对吧？或者你可以跟他一起合作，或者你可以跟Hubert 一起合作，跟他跟以哲一起合作，会蛮不错的。OK，then we have a next question. OK， Joyce, do you do your own recording for your own films that you are editing or mixing?
if like when I was in Mediaco, yes, I did, because let's say like
Okay.
I don't need like the certain somewhere. I run to the like fully room and I just click the code and then just use it. Yeah, that's
Okay.
easier. So yeah, sometimes yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
it's easier because I know what I want. Yeah, so I just go and
Okay.
record and then
Okay.
quickly use it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Hello, Coach.
That's not made a mistake. So actually, Xingpei fans is 650K. Sorry. I 对不起，看错了。OK。然后Bryce 是一个导演，
Different.
所以他以前在台湾做过工。Sorry, because 新培 Taiwanese, so I translate a bit. So Toshi-san, yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Okay. Although I don't know him, but it's always good to greet them in native language. Okay. We have another bro who actually say hi, but I can't pronounce his name because I think it's in component of Thai. So sorry for that. Then yeah, I know. I touched them on my eyes, so I'm so sorry. I will treat him to Singapore food when he comes to Singapore. Yeah, 对不起 bro, 对不起. Okay, so we have Wei Ming asking, dating mic is good. I won't be the right person to answer it because I represent the brand. Of course, I'll say it's good. Okay, but we have actually our mics have been used in a lot of interesting production like Christopher Nolan actually used it in his recent film, the recent Star Wars also, and we have a lot of our mics being used in by a lot of other productions that I cannot say because we're not allowed to say. But yeah, our mics, despite being a 2-year-old company, we have been used by a lot of professionals in many places, not just Singapore. We have been because we are US design and made in Shenzhen, so we have a lot of influence in US side and in the western side lah. Okay, so but of course
I use
Dustin have
them.
used. Yeah, he
Yeah,
uses
I
them,
use
and
them.
Joyce also use some of our stuff before. So yeah, I won't say anything because I'll let them say lah. So with me, if you want to find out a better review, don't ask me, ask them, because definitely I have to say that the mics are good. Yeah, yep. Okay, so we have friends from Justin,
Hey,
Mr. Mohammed Nasri. Yeah, hi
Nas.
Justin. And then okay, so Xingpei was saying that he has actually used some of the mics and then he feel that the is actually very value for money as compared to other things I've used before. So that's very interesting. Okay, so Tingli was asking, how do you derive the name deity? Very good question. Ask my boss, Law. He came up with the name, not me. Actually, you need to be honest when
Sian.
when actually it's something that we actually answered that in our US live stream. Everybody was asking, the US guys was actually asking Andrew and Steve, who came up with the deity name. So we everybody went back in time, and then we were like, when Steve was still when deity wasn't formed yet, Steve was actually with us already. So uh um what happened, right, is that it was called deity because the the name was actually Di Ting is actually derived from one of the holy beasts in Buddhism. Like it's a holy beast that 地藏王菩萨 actually ride on because the that holy beast can hear the cries of help in like 100 no like 10k away 10k km away. So it was called the holy beast that can hear all the cries of help and can heal very well. Because it doesn't make sense for people to call the product 封神野. I mean like the 清理眼 or 封神野 that kind of thing lah. So because it's very lame, so they actually call it after her name. So after that, right, when Andrew took over, it became deity. It was actually called deity in the past when we were under Aperture, but when we revamped the entire whole business unit, so it became deity as a literal as a translation of Diting. But to be honest, like the name deity was very interesting, especially when you have to deal with religious organizations. So me being me, I always my friends in the churches and in other places, like they were like, hey bro, like you are deity, I cannot bring you to my church. Why? Why? Like then they laugh, oh, because Jesus is here before you. Then oh no, but they were damn funny about it, so it's quite hilarious. So when they make fun of this thing, right, but in the end they still try to make, yeah, it's a good mic. Nah, it's okay, it's just a name. Most people is still the product. So they don't, I mean, as long as it's not caught something even more outrageous lah. So actually they were quite okay. So but they actually made fun of me like every time I see them, then they'll laugh at me over coffee and that kind of thing. But then again, only your friends will do that to you, correct? Yeah. So
Correct.
yeah, welcome to my my group of interesting friends. So Tingli is laughing, yeah, I get that all the time. But it's actually a very interesting topic, yeah, of how we got our name. Okay, so okay, let's not talk about how good our mics are or how funny our name is or why deity came out, that kind of thing, or whether we will name our series after the Greek or Roman, gods or the Viking gods, that kind of thing. Okay, so let's go back to audio post. Okay, Joyce, don't laugh anymore. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, so in audio post wise, right? I know your biggest I think what you really hated was, I think there was this waterfall scene that you had, right? Was it you?
Yeah, it's me. I told Justin about that.
Okay. So maybe
Oh,
you'd like to share the story again, because like what you had to do to clean up that thing, and then after that we will ask Justin to share, like, what he would have done to make it better.
I think
So what
it
happened?
happens when I was in MediaCore, because MediaCore the work process is like very, like the deadline very short. Normally like one episode you have to finish in one slot, which is 8 hours. You have to do everything. So then I don't have time to re-record. And then when I open the things where they shot in front of the waterfall. I think this hospital has a waterfall, and then they sitting in front of a waterfall because it looks very nice. And then I cannot really hear the dialogue properly because the waterfall louder than the dialogue. But I tried to like denoise this waterfall. I mean, I tried to clean the middle, like the which is of the where dialogue located in, right? And then I cut off, and then I put the another background waterfall sound like overlap. Like I clean the water in the waterfall from the audio sound and try to keep the dialogue out, and then I replace the another waterfall sound overlap. So actually the waterfall sound very loud. I obviously put louder. Yeah. So time, yeah, I serve like that. Yeah, but sometimes it happens. Yeah, I mean, you don't have time to like re-record everything, so you just need to choose like the best option you can
Okay,
do.
then
yeah, like
bro
8 hours.
Justin.
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay. So to all the location sound guys, if you can help the poor guys from audio post, this will be the best, because sometimes they don't have the luxury or time. I think Tingli will agree with me. It's like if you can save the time, it's like every step you do, say, I mean, like, like if you make it cleaner by even 10%, it's actually saving them 50%. Okay, so the question for the two J's. Okay. Um Okay, I answer Tilly questions first lah before we go for Nasri's question. Okay, and then after that we will bring back Justin to answer some of the things. Okay, because ladies first, ladies first. We give Tingli ladies first. Okay, question for both Jays. Have you worked on something that is in a language you don't understand?
Yes,
How was your
I do. I
experience
do.
like?
Yeah,
And what are the
yeah.
challenges, if
Mhm.
any?
Oh,
Wow,
okay.
Tingli, best question. You ask a
Okay.
Korean working in Singapore, of course lah. You speak in Hokkien, she GG.
Okay.
You speak in Tamil, she GG.
It was
Yeah.
my embarrassing. So when I joined MediaCore, Channel 8, honestly, for Channel 5, Channel 8, Surya, all those channel, I don't understand at all because I don't speak Chinese at all. Yeah, so I don't understand. But
OK，
the
你欠我10块钱。
supervisor throw me the music editing, and then they gave me the synopsis, but I still don't understand what they are talking about. And then sometimes if it's they just talk, right, and even like letters, right, it's very serious, like someone dead in the letter. Then I don't know what's going on in the letter, right? But no choice, I just put it. And then like after a few months, even though I don't understand, especially Malay drama, right, I don't understand even once. Like I only know abang or like sayang, or sayang, abang, sayang, food name. I only know those things.
Yeah,
But
you know
like
nasi lemak, nasi goreng, all this, right? Yeah,
Roti
yeah,
prata.
yeah. But like
yeah.
right before I resigned, I did a lot of Malay shows, and then which I don't understand at all, right? But I got the sense I can put it, even though like I just understand like image wise, and then I just put it. Then it's mostly correct. Yeah. But
Mm.
at first I had a hard time because I don't understand any language there. So I actually work for the KIN, which is the Channel 5 show English way. And then when I get this KIN project, I was very happy. At least I understand what's going on. Yeah, but after the Channel 8 and then Surya or those things, I got sense to do it, even though I don't understand the language. Yeah, I think that's why the visual very important, and then their acting very important, honestly. Yeah.
Okay, then Justin, have you have any this kind of examples before?
Yes, of course, of course. A
Yeah.
lot of
It's a
I've
usual.
done Tamil shows, Malay is still okay lah. I understand it, but I've done Tamil show, I've done Japanese show, I've done Vietnam. Uh, yeah, most of it. I mean, Japanese and Vietnam is like totally out.
Okay.
Tamil, frankly speaking, I grew up with a lot of Tamil friends, so there's certain words I can catch here and there. But in the whole general thing, is like what Joyce was saying, like you don't understand what they're doing. So yeah, and I can't
Yeah.
gauge what are they doing next. They might say, "Come, let's go have a coffee that side." But I might not. If it's English, I know they might be going off. If I'm holding a broom, I will know that they're going off. I might have to queue or something, right?
Yeah.
But if when they're speaking in another language, you don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know they're moving. When are they moving? Or something? There's a split second of a delay and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that little bit here and there, uh, but sometimes the director will make fun of me also lah. Like there's a I did a Tamil drama before.
Yeah.
I'm just literally then the director, how's the thing? Sound okay? Then I went, yeah, the grammar all correct. I usually just reply like that. Then we all laugh lah. But yeah lah, I mean in Singapore, you have a lot of this multicultural, then
Yeah.
different programs. Sometimes you mix with each other. You just have to make do with it lah. You just have to do it lah.
Yeah.
Oh.
True. True.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
But the Japanese one is something that what was her Eco? There's this quite a big sized dude who dressed as in drag one. Eco-san, if I'm not wrong. His name is Eco-san. So he came to Singapore to do a show lah. So our crew followed him all the way. The whole I have no idea what he's talking about. Okay, I have literally no idea.
Okay.
Until to the point where she kind of stopped because there's a problem with the script. She stopped and start talking about the problem. I thought we were still rolling for the scene, you know what I mean? And then when people were talking, I was still asking them to shh, to quiet because she's talking. But actually, no, they never shout cut or anything. But she's talking about the script. She's discussing halfway. Something is wrong. You know? I think we shouldn't say this. She's talking to the director, the producer, and I thought it's still rolling, and the scene is still going on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that happened a lot to me.
Yeah, no one shout cut, so I don't know. And then they talk to then I noticed that, how come he's talking off camera, and then talking to, I think it's cut already. Then I cut. Something like that. A lot of guessing game it's around. You have to guess a bit here and there. Yeah.
So I guess it's kind of important. If let's say the international community adopt certain naming convention, so that like whether you're filming in Japan, Korea, Singapore, India, or don't know where, a cut is a cut, a roll is a roll, so that it is easier. Yeah, I think that will help a lot because a lot of people will know it's like cut. Actually no, really. If Japanese, pardon me if I do it wrongly. I think kato. Kato. Yeah, that kind of thing. So but at least it still sounds that it's okay.
More or less.
Yeah. Then Bryce was saying dialect one is also quite tough. Yeah, if you're speaking in dialect, well, it's not easy. It's not easy, especially if you don't understand any of their dialogue. It's crazy. Then bro Nasri was asking Justin whether he's still planting ambience microphones. Are you?
Yes, always.
Always, right?
Always planting.
So Joyce, will that help you?
Yes. Yeah, it's easier for me to imagine the situation.
Okay. So location guys, if you know, and then you look at Joyce's face now, if you can plant the mics, Sorry, you are okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You make her life easier, okay? Yeah. Otherwise you're like, oh, that kind of thing,
But in
right?
order to do that, you have to have a ISO tracks lah.
Yeah, correct.
Uh, like if you stereo track to camera, cannot. No way.
Yeah,
Two
true,
channel very difficult to do. Yeah.
true.
So production need to up budget for sound. Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, a budget for sound, man. Yeah, sound is not like recently I was reading one recommendation. They were recommending like because due to COVID-19, I think Lion Gate was saying that you should have only one sound guy for the entire whole film documentary, or like one location sound to, yeah, you see Justin face, it's impossible. Yeah, but maybe but of course, we will actually discuss this on Saturday. Yeah, we have James and Jen Hui. We can talk about what will be the recommended thing you all should do, after COVID-19. I mean, when we maintain our health, how proper social distancing and all these kind of things, what to look out for. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Bryce was squeezed as much as he can. So Bryce is a good director, so we should all work for him. Yeah, Patrick, bro, Patrick, yes, agree with Justin. Up the budget. I also agree, we must up the budget. I mean, not because no, because with more budget you can do more things. Yeah, from one sound man, then I mean, if let's say you have the budget for one sound and one boom, and then yeah, that's good. If you can up the budget more, you got two booms, correct? Which Tingly and Gang love a lot. Yeah, they got more. I mean, basically, the more information you can capture is more things that you can play with. It's just like when if let's say you're shooting with a one man camera crew, run and gun, you're limited to only one footage. But if you have B rolls and all the rest of the things coming in, you get more. You can cut more things inside.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can do your
Exactly.
wide shot and
Same.
yeah, and zoom. But for sound, it's the same also. Like you have more people, it's really, yeah, a lot more
Yeah,
creativity.
I'm only one person. I mean, I like planting ambience, but by one person, I won't be able to plant a lot because I'm
Yeah,
not able to set. At most, I put
yeah,
one beside me or behind me or whatever. That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Or you have a helper, have a boom off helping me, so he or she will help me to settle some stuff. Then I can go plant, or if I have three men, then assign more, then I plant more and stuff like that. So manpower definitely helps.
Yeah,
One person, wow, a lot of things cannot do, or no time to do, or
yeah,
too rush to do.
correct.
Not good for the final outcome.
Yeah,
It affects.
definitely. Yeah, so if there's an opportunity, I mean, for directors, they are here, please learn what the sound team can do for you, and then don't always like ADR everything, because if you spend so much effort and time to create the mood, like the person is crying already, and then the kind of feel is there, but the sound is not captured, and then you ADR it, then it's gonna sound bad. Yeah,
Very
definitely.
weird. The
Yeah,
whole scene will feel very weird.
I mean the whole thing, even the actress or actor themselves were like, hey bro, I can't do it. Yeah, yeah, correct.
I think only China still does it. I think
Okay,
dubbing
okay.
the
Yeah,
whole series, just dub.
yeah, okay. So Tingli was saying, true story. Justin's sound team actually planted a mic for a lizard. It was amazing.
Nice.
Yeah,
Chichak, yeah, my
yeah,
Chichak is
all
my
the
friend. The Chichak follow me for a few days. See. And my
yeah,
uh my sound my boom up will actually kind of know where all the noise are and then just plant. So the Chichak noise, which is pretty up close. I think the mic is like 1 or 2 feet away from the Chichak. So we can manage to get some pretty good
yep.
Chichak sound.
Okay. Then
Geckos.
yeah, then Bryce was saying, China dub a lot. Then Bryce was saying that, now is your gossip time. The first time he worked with Justin, Justin was the main cam for a shoot, and he was the second cam, but he didn't know that you were sound.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Justin is a man of of many talents.
Because I used to. In fact, now I only work for one guy in terms of camera because I've known him for 20 years.
Okay.
And that was the time I still was under Sifu doing camera, and he passed me a few clients when he went back to Hong Kong. I mean, after I know that I'm doing some, I of course reject a lot of these camera jobs, but only that one guy, like which is also a good friend. So I only help him doing camera in a way, because his job, his kind of job, I know inside out. So
Okay.
I feel I know what's happening, and better than he try to get new guys and explain and stuff like that. So I only work for that one guy for camera, and I think Ziyong was helping him for that project lah.
Okay.
But no, but I don't really do camera nowadays. So
Okay. Wow. All right. Then okay. Uh okay. Let me ask whether the guys want to ask more questions. Guys, ask more question quickly. Ask the of course you ask the proper questions. You don't ask. Joyce, are you married? Or Joyce, you got boyfriend, that kind of thing. This one we will not. But if you ask, whether Justin is married, that one we can answer for you. No worries.
I'm married already. Sorry.
Yeah, too bad he's taken, huh? Okay, so Nasri was saying, yeah, Justin taught him cam works in school. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Impressive.
Simple stuff, cam operating stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Then okay, so Joyce, like for example, right, we always hear this phrase, fix it in ADR or fix it in post. Do post people like it when people say this?
What?
Okay, like for example,
Fix it in
never
post.
mind. Fix it in post. Fix it in post. Don't worry. Post can handle it. We can ADI it. Don't worry. But when after they finish saying these things, all the shit will go into your side. Yeah. Like
I
how do you
mean,
usually deal with it? Yeah.
I mean, okay lah, because I charge more. I charge
Okay.
the studio session separately. But no, I mean not me. Like MediaCorp
Time.
normally, normally they charge the separately if they want the ADR session. They need to
Oh,
book the one
okay.
slot. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
extra money,
I,
definitely.
yeah, if extra money, why not? For us, just need to press record and record and need to edit on it.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So,
if you want like a really like a quality product, where it's
mm-hmm.
better to get the proper recording. If it's for you, yeah, it's for the last
Okay.
product. Yeah.
Okay. Bryce was saying, I think after this show, everybody want to work with Bryce already because he said post is to make it better, not to save it.
Yeah.
Okay, but sadly, I
Exactly.
think the whole show is watched by all our kakinan, our own people, all the sound guys. So I think the only few directors that are watching it maybe will be you and boss Joan. Yeah. Then of course we have 新培，所以新培大哥，如果你要请的话，请他们很好的。Okay. We have 婷丽 coming with a question again. Both J's. Okay, I also J leh. Okay, do
Yeah,
you
let
read the script
me.
before starting work? Why and why not? Do you read the script before
Of
starting work?
course. Of course.
uh, for me, the MediaCom no time.
Okay, but in
Okay,
Hollywood,
honestly, it's because in Chinese. Even though you give me script, I don't know what's going on. It's
how about
same
in
thing for me.
how about in Hollywood? Do they give you the script?
No, I think I never really received the script. I only get the synopsis when I was in charge of music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I actually did the clip 5, which was I was a music. So then I attend the first meeting, which is a
Mm-hmm.
pre-production meeting. Then she prepared the English synopsis, and then the first episode the script for me. So because the music is a bit different, but otherwise, well, I treat it as a sound. You know what I mean? So I don't really listen to the content. I treat it as a sound,
Oh,
and then yeah.
okay.
Music.
Because yeah, because you don't
Yeah, but
understand.
for me, I definitely need to read the script.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
yeah.
course.
On location, I definitely, because I need to know what the scene's all about, and I can plan my mics and stuff. And for boom operator, definitely they not only do they need to read, they more or less need to recognize
Yeah.
and remember who's talking
Yeah,
first.
which,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the boom op definitely we need to read it more. But same thing for MediaCorp drama. they don't have a practice of giving script. So sometimes I do MediaCorp drama outside also, I don't have script one. But the outside production taking jobs from MediaCorp, they're okay. They'll email you the script. They don't have a physical copy give you lah, but they give you a soft copy, which is okay, fine by me. So when you have your rundown, everything, okay, this scene at 10, scene 12, then I know I go to the soft copy, I just glance through, It's better than, not reading, not knowing anything.
Yeah.
It's better to know what's happening, at least, or who's talking, who's not. For me, in location, if there's a 4-person in that scene, for you or no, only 2-person talking, the other 2 is like just behind, then I know who to mic or who not to mic and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely have to read at least glance through
Okay.
for
Then
location
okay. So the tip back is that I mean, if you're doing location, it's very important for you to understand the script. If you don't understand it, at least get them to explain it to you so they know what's going on, so you can record it properly. For post, I think if you know it, it's the best. If not, I think Joyce has been thrown into the fire and try to swim and everything. Okay. Before I take Ming Song's question, I will take a listener question first. So he's asking, Joyce, what are your favorite preferred headphones to mix in? Any preferred headphones? Yeah.
I'm using the AKG now, but
Okay.
my studio using Audio Technica.
Okay.
I don't know what. Okay, when I edit, I like using the headphones because I can hear very accurate. But when I mix, I don't use headphones. I normally using the speakers.
Why?
They're
Why?
using the Adam in my because of panning. I mean,
Ah.
this one very strict. Yeah, you cannot really imagine the sound properly, and you
Oh.
cannot really balance
Okay.
out properly. Even though it's very balanced, but it still has a difference. So that's the way. But when I edit, I like using the headphones because it's very
Okay.
for
accurate.
accuracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Okay, then Ming Song has a question. So, but for audio post, what can we do for you in pre-production so that it can help you add value to the project? If you can think of an example, it would be great. So Ming Song is the boss of the production company, so he wants to know all this. So like for example, like in audio, what can you tell him first during the pre-production meeting?
Find the
Pre-production
correct
meeting
location.
Yeah.
for the location sound or what?
No, like if let's say you have the pre-production meeting, where location sound and audio post and with the director, producer, whatever notes, they're all there. So what would you want to let them know first so that it can add value to the project or it can make everything easier for you. Yeah.
I think if you can make an environment to capture the best sound at the location, right? That's the best thing actually. Anyway, we can do post production, but that shouldn't be the options. Like I mean, yeah. So if you get the best sound from the first location, right? That's the best thing. If we let's say the directors want like specific sound on the specific things, right? It's better to give us details like comments. Let's say right, it's a pre-production. Let's say it's a 20 episode drama, right? Then
Mm-hmm.
she want really this I think the clip 5, right? The director gave me, oh, this episode 5 must into the she actually explained entire floor to me. So
Oh,
this
wow.
episode 5 already because someone gonna die or something like that. Then it's easier for me to understand entire floor because
Mm-hmm.
normally one drama is in charge of the 1-2 person only because it's easier. So if the director has a specific preferred track or preferred sound or whatever, right? It's better to give us explanations whatever it's related to sound or related to music or related to background or those things, right? Then right it's better. So if the details you gave me, right, it's easier for us to work with,
Okay.
and then we don't need to amend a lot of things after that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Justin, anything you want to
Communication,
say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just pure communication. I mean, for
Yeah.
location, of
Okay.
course, for me on my side on location sound, is choosing of the location is very important.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that
Mm-hmm.
there's a limit to what I can do like in a noisy location, you know.
Yep.
I can go close miking and whatever, but in a hawker center, I mean the ambience like that, I really come my mic will pick them up. That's the thing,
Yep.
you know.
True. True.
So the location very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then Ting Li has one question for all of us. Yes, finally I'm included. Okay. Um, what do you guys do
Yeah. Hello.
to hey? Okay. So what do you avoid? What do you do to avoid ear fatigue and to protect your ears?
I think a very good question.
Wow, you have to take.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, when you work, no choice. You have to just enjoy. But I try to take a rest. Otherwise, if I go concert or because I'm in music as well, so I sometimes attend the concert or I sometimes attend the like very loud place where I always bring the earplug has a compressor, so I try to like plug it. Yeah, so I don't really hear the loud
Mm-hmm.
sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the only thing I do. Yeah, I try to rest, like take a break
Okay.
between the
Okay.
things.
Yeah,
I think now.
for me when I was young, I also like to go clubbing, all those kind of things. But after I did
Oh,
sound, I I've never
yeah,
stepped to a club anymore.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
after one night of clubbing, the next day I cannot work.
Yeah.
My
yeah.
my ears will be
Yes,
ringing sound. I cannot work. I cannot monitor properly. So I kind of cannot for my work. I cannot go to this kind of loud noise, loud pubs and or whatever anymore. Normal pub, just normal music, okay lah, but not clubs anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. So for me, in fact, this in ear because of this only I use. I don't usually use in ear at all because uh, I feel in
yeah,
ear, it's because our ear is such a way that it's like a microphone. Our ears, right? Eardrums and everything. We have a diaphragm and stuff like that. When you stuck your in ear, go in,
directly.
you compress everything internally. So whatever
Right.
thing that you're pumping, you're forcing your eardrums to move because you can never get good bass with this. It's all because of it's so close to your eardrums. You have a proximity effect. That's why it's giving you that bass, right? So when that happens, you get ear fatigue even faster when you're using this
Mm. Yeah.
in-ear phones. So usually I have headphones, and then when I do location, when I have headphones, my volume also I try not to be too loud.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the 12 hours, I listen to people talk. Wow, it can be
yeah,
quite,
tired.
you know,
Headache.
so usually when I cut,
Yeah.
so
Have to rest.
you
Have
know,
to rest. Yeah.
you have to rest. For 12 hours, did I go? Wow, it's a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and years that is our years that is 摊家 no, my rice bowl. So
Yeah.
you have to take care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. I think I also have the
Jim,
same. Sorry.
no, your answer.
Okay, okay. I think I also have the same thing because I don't do location but I do live. So what I do is that earplugs and then but when I mix I don't mix with earplugs. After that I will headphone and protect my ears. But usually when I don't club anymore. I don't go to loud places. Like if my musician
Yes.
friends are playing there and I say oh thank you but no thanks. My ears are more important. I mean like I'll meet them
Especially
for
you have to work the next day.
yeah,
You have to work
correct.
next day. Definitely
Correct.
no.
You cannot
Cannot.
work. You cannot do that. Like I don't even go for concerts anymore. Like even if I go concerts, I stay earplug most of the time so that like there's no ear fatigue after that. Because a lot of time especially when you go for bad concerts overseas where the mix is very bad, yeah, your earplugs is the one that will save you lah. Yeah, so yeah lor. Then I but my home is not a studio, so I don't have monitors, so I use headphones most of the time. But I try not to use in ears now lah, because it's a bit painful after a while, especially when a lot of people build in ears for accuracy. So it means their high frequency is a lot, but high frequencies is very very painful after a while. But the worst thing is that they'll say the more you listen, the more the drivers will be seasoned, and then it sounds better. But I think yeah, like what Patrick said, when you hear, when you listen for too long, your high frequencies die off. So in sometimes I suspect that it's not that the pair of earphones is seasoned, it's your ears who are dying. That's why you find that it's comfortable now, but actually no, you just killed your ears, man. So that's why yeah, even when people say you need to burn in your headphones or earphones, I do burn it. I burn in, but I play them. I put them on one side. I don't care. After that, but I still
Low
control
volume.
lor. Yeah,
Yeah,
control the
low volume.
volume. Yeah, your ears are supposed are able to should be able to hear a lot of things. But if you have to pump it so much to hear, it means
Something
something
is wrong.
is wrong. Yeah, see a doctor. So yeah, okay. So Ming Song, who is a producer, most of the time we bring the DP to Recce, but we don't bring the soundman for Recce. Guilty as charged.
I
So
agree.
bro, yeah, you need to treat the three of us bak kut teh, okay? After the COVID. Uh, hey, free bak kut teh, yay. Okay. So Bryce was agreeing on Justin's location talk, and then of course Patrick was saying, like what I said just now, like if you listen for too long, your high frequency will die off faster. So always take a break. Like every few hours take walk a bit, let your ears get used to resting for a while, that kind of thing. Yeah,
Especially now, at my age now.
yeah,
I think 16K, 18K, I cannot hear already.
yeah. Me too.
There's some
Jialat
test
already.
that's going on. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't hear. No, when I give my daughter can hear, but I really cannot hear. So it's,
yeah.
I mean, also because of age, our ears slowly we are,
Mm-hmm.
get the range getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, correct. That's why it was quite interesting. Like there's one time I passed a pair of headphones that was very bright. To all the younger guys, they were like, "Oh my god, it's so bright! It's so bright! Yee, the sound is like shit," that kind of thing. But when I pass it to an older guy, "Oh, this is nice. Oh, it's nice. It's just perfect." Other headphones are too down. Like, okay, your ears, yeah, Okay, never mind. Yeah, so that's something very interesting. Okay, now is 10:26. Usually we try to end around this time. So guys, any last questions for our two J's, or you can also ask me. We'll answer most questions except for Joy's age, Joy's availability, and whether you can date her and that kind of thing. You can date the two of us, no problem. Yeah, yeah. And also no, you can bring us dates because now it's fasting month, so dates are very popular right now. Dates are nice actually. So okay. All right.
Can I just mention
Yes.
Alistair Leong, as he
Uh-huh,
was
uh-huh.
asking,
Yeah.
right, do my mics,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
ambient mics,
yeah.
my
Correct, correct.
stereo mix? If for
Yeah.
me, I do. For movies, when I plan 2 or 3 ambience mic, I do mix it in.
Okay.
Uh,
Why?
I mean, basically the left right mix, the master mix, or sometimes a mono mix or whatever, depending. If I have manpower helping me, I'll give a stereo mix. Then when I have stereo ambience or 2 or 3 ambience, whatever, then it will make sense for me to mix in as and when I need, or what,
Yeah.
or how the
Correct.
scene goes.
Yep.
When starting, I have the ambience going on. Maybe when I start talking, I can slowly drop off the the ambience a little bit, depending on how the scene goes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, uh, it's also nice to give them the editor something to listen to, how the scene is, how the feel of the place is, and stuff like that. But yes, I do mix in all the ambience mic and stuff. Although not perfectly all the time, because I'm doing them live knobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I do try to mix it in. But of course, I have isolated tracks for all the individual mics as well. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so in short, from today's session, our few take back is that if you have ambient mics and isolated vocals and whatever, and basically this will make the post production, the post audio team very very happy because they got more things to play around with. Correct? Yeah. So always
Yes. Ambience mic should not have the dialogue.
Yeah.
It should be away.
Yep.
Yeah, don't go
Okay.
no, don't just put the ambience mic next to the people and defeat the purpose. Yeah, it should
Yeah.
be
Correct. Okay.
whatever the behavior. Let's say, for example, you're in a HDB room, 2 person
Yeah.
talking, you have them, right? And a lot of ambience come out from the window. Maybe there's a highway there, or whatever,
Yeah.
right? Although you close the window, there's still some. And by planting a mic in the same room also will defeat the purpose, because the same mic will pick up the dialogue, right? So you have to take the adjacent room, right? You put the adjacent room, the window next to it, and then that room, make sure no one talk or get them out. And that one will be according to the same ambience, so to speak, because
Okay.
they're facing the same direction. Something like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Then
Yeah.
you have a clean live
Clean.
ambience.
Yep.
Somehow, during the scene there's a motorbike going past, that mic in the adjacent room will pick it up. in a way. So in the sense that if somehow they need to edit and then there's a jump, you can always take that and spice in and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think that will
Okay.
work better than you after everything. Then you go record ambience. Then
Yeah. Yeah, that's
yeah,
a bit too late. Okay. Yeah. So I think Bro Alastair really benefit today from Justin's talk. Okay, then Ting Li is going off. We're also going off soon. So then after that, okay, Ming Song has a comment that I don't want to read, but never mind. Okay, so I'll appreciate our guest today. So thank you Joyce, thank you Justin. All right, thank you for your time
thank you.
today. All right, so
Yeah.
without further ado, all right, it's goodbye and good night, and then everybody just stay safe. Goodbye.
All right.